Hi, I am new. Today I want to share a new anime. More than a married couple, but not lovers. It's a world where the school assigns girlfriends. The school will divide students into groups and let them live as a couple. The main protagonist, Jiro Yakuin, has secretly liked Shirori Skurazaka, who grows up with him, and he wants to be in a group with her. However, he is forced to team up with Akari Watanabe, the goddess of all boys. Akari likes the popular handsome boy, Minami Tenji, and is totally not interested in the unnoticed boy Jiro. They often argue with each other, which causes the scoring machine constantly deducts their points. According to the rules of the school, if they can get an A level, they can change their partners with those who are also A level. Akari thinks Minami, who is excellent in every way, can probably get an A, so she asks Jiro to cooperate well with her to avoid their points being deducted. To add back their deducted points, she begins to seduce Jiro, but Jiro has been single for years and it's his first time having intimate contact with a girl, so he gets so shocked that he escapes with an excuse of going outside to buy things. From a distance, Jiro happens to see Shirori and Minami being together, thus getting to know that they are coupled. Back to the house arranged by the school, Jiro is very sad. Just then, the doorbell rings. Jiro's best friend comes to invite him to go to the Comic-Con. Before he leaves, Akari tells Jiro that if he wants to get points, he has to kiss her before he goes out. Just like they are a real couple, Jiro directly kisses her lips, which makes their scores get added back. One day, when Jiro sees Shirori holding Minami's arm, he soon gets upset again. After class, it is raining outside, and Jiro, who doesn't have an umbrella, is trapped in the school building. Just then, Shirori sits next to Jiro and talks to him. Jiro learns from the talk that the reason why Shirori held Minami's arm is that she was scared by bugs. As Shiori's explanation just restored some of Jiro's confidence, Minami comes to school to send Shirori an umbrella. Since Minami picked up Shirori and left, Jiro has been depressed. At night, Akari wants to get high scores to change her partner, and Jiro also thinks so. Thus, he takes the initiative to feed Akari. They think it's just false acting, but they often feel like kissing each other when acting intimately. One night when he is dreaming of kissing Shirori, he is shouted up by Akari because she wants to watch American zombie movies together with Jiro so that they can get more points. Akari even buys Jiro couples pajamas. When she is about to change her clothes in front of Jiro, the electricity shuts down. Akari is so scared that she throws herself directly into Jiro's arms. Their intimate touch makes the machine keep adding their scores. Jiro can't help hugging Akari, praising her cuteness. It's time for the school to release the periodical report card. Jiro and Akari get a B for their recent excellent performance, while Minami and Shirori only get an E, which makes Jiro very distressed. Too many troubles make Jiro fall ill, but Akari doesn't stay at home to take care of him. At this moment, Jiro hears the doorbell ring. When he opens the door, it is Shirori who comes. Jiro falls asleep peacefully under the care of Shirori. Only then can Shirori reveal her heart. In fact, Shirori has always liked Jiro. She wants to secretly kiss Jiro while he is asleep, but at the last moment she dismisses the idea because of the lack of a formal relationship. At night, Akari comes home and is taking a bath. Jiro comes to the door to thank her because it was her who asked Shirori to take care of Jiro. But now Akari is not happy. When she thinks of helping Jiro chase after Shirori, she inexplicably feels a little irritable. From this night on, Akari begins to sound out what kind of girl Jiro likes. Akari learned that Jiro likes girls who can make bento, and the next day she begins to make bento, intending to make a top-level bento for Minami. But before that, she will give all her practicing bento to Jiro. Afterwards, Akari is finally ready to send her best bento to Minami. Seeing Jiro hungry, she casually feeds him a bite. Thinking that Akari will give such delicious bento to another man, Jiro starts to feel complicated. Just then, Shirori comes to the door to give them an apple pie. While chatting, Akari learns that she is completely wrong about Minami's preference for food. Jiro keeps praising her charm to cheer Akari, but accidentally reveals what he thinks indeed that all the boys in school like Akari and want to have an intimate relationship with her as a couple. Jiro immediately regrets saying this, but Akari has pushed him down on the sofa and grabs Jiro's hands to undress her, but he finally stops because of his last shred of sanity. Akari misunderstands that Jiro only likes Shirori. With a forced smile, she tells the boy to stop the fake couple relationship. Since this day, Jiro and Akari have become much more estranged. When the school announces the couple's ranking again, they fall to level E while Minami and Shirori are promoted to level A. When Jiro comes home in the evening, he sees the breakfast made by Akari, so he tries to solve the misunderstanding with her. Jiro sincerely tells her that he hopes to resolve their misunderstanding and return to how they were before. Akari is so excited that she accidentally says that she likes Jiro, but soon she tries to correct herself and makes it a prank. Akari finally agrees to continue to play a couple with Jiro, which makes him relieved. Akari is talking to her classmates about gossips related to the internship of pretending to be a couple. Jiro is secretly watching Akari. At this moment, Minami attracts everyone's attention. The two girls that Jiro likes are very close to Minami, which makes Jiro a little disappointed. Meanwhile, Akari's friends bring up a rumor that Minami is happy with his fake wife Shirori and doesn't intend to change his partner. But Akari doesn't feel disappointed, because her affection for Minami seems to be mostly taken away by Jiro. After class, Akari happens to meet Minami. She is so excited that she accidentally hits the shelf. When the box above is about to fall on her, Minami rushes to save her, and they end up with a very intimate posture. Akari feels her heartbeats quicken. But when Minami tells her he has got along well with Shirori, Akari suddenly cries. As Minami steps forward to comfort her, Jiro's friend happens to see them. From his perspective, Akari and Minami look like kissing each other. Meanwhile, Jiro asks Shirori if she and Minami will be a couple forever. Even though they like each other, they still don't express it clearly in the talk. Just as Jiro is about to invite Shirori to become his partner in the future, Jiro's best friend runs over. Immediately after, Minami and Akari also show up. Interrupted by these people, Jiro fails to reveal his feelings to Shirori. In the next class, Jiro hears that Akari takes leave for being sick. Just then, his friend tells him that after PE class, he saw Minami and Akari kissing. When Jiro comes home after class, he sees Akari lying on the couch and playing with her phone. He then blesses Akari, who immediately senses that Jiro is in jealousy. She chuckles and explains that Minami was just helping her get the dust in her eyes out. Akari is laughing, but tears are filling her eyes. She can feel herself becoming more and more distant from Minami. Seeing this, Jiro hugs Akari to comfort her. At night, Akari says others mistake her as a very open girl. Actually, she is very conservative. The kiss she had with Jiro before was her first kiss. Knowing that, Jiro feels happy for no reason. One day when Jiro is on duty at school, he happens to meet his crush Shirori and they talk happily. However, it is seen by Akari. She is very sad but doesn't go to disturb them. At night, as Akari is indulged in the talk with Jiro, she accidentally says that she likes him. The girl explains that she is just casually talking. She is both expecting and afraid that her thoughts will be detected by Jiro. Later, the teacher announces that the school will hold an examination soon, and students who failed the exam will receive high-intensity tutoring. After school, Jiro asks about Akari's grades. However, Akari has even worse grades than Jiro, so he asks Akari not to go out but stay at home with him every day to make up the missed lessons. With the help of Jiro tonight, Akari does a very good job. Jiro finds that Akari is the type of girl who grows when she is praised, so he praises her as a genius. This makes Akari very happy. She notices that Jiro is a little tired as he has been busy improving their grades, so she intends to trick Jiro to help him relax. Akari and Jiro are clinging together. The young boy finally loses control and holds Akari under him, causing Akari to panic. She tells Jiro that she is just joking. At the critical moment, Jiro's nosebleed awakens his sanity. Akari quickly explains that she just wants to help Jiro relax. In this unexpected cohabitation life, the prettiest schoolgirl has become completely obsessed with the ordinary, shy, and lecherous boy Jiro. Recently, Akari treats Jiro better and better, even inviting him to eat chocolate together. But Jiro hasn't realized that Akari likes him, even searching online for reasons why the girl has changed a lot. It seems that his charm can't compare to the girl Mei, who attracts many girls because of her boyish personality. After rejecting the girl's confession, Mei comforts her. Seeing this when passing by, Jiro feels that he is far inferior to her in love. After school, Jiro lies alone under the bridge instead of going home immediately, thinking about the reason why Akari has changed. Until dusk falls. When he returns home, he decides to take a shower first. But when he is taking off his pants, Akari suddenly breaks in to tell him the good news that they rank 8th in the class in the midterm exam. Excited, she hugs Jiro. When Jiro finishes bathing, Akari gently helps him dry his hair, during which Jiro finds that if he calls Akari only by her given name, she will be so shy and dare not look into his eyes. Meanwhile, Mei also receives the midterm exam rankings and immediately asks her good friend Shirori to the football field, reminding Shirori that she must take the initiative, otherwise Akari will monopolize Jiro. Just then, Shirori is hit by a football and falls unconscious. Mei immediately tells Jiro about it. When Jiro arrives at the healthcare room, he sees water and a sandwich on the table and realizes that Minami has already visited Shirori before him, making him feel a little annoyed that he is slower than everyone else in everything he does. When they are chatting, they both can't concentrate. Jiro thinks that Shirori is attracted to the excellent boy Minami, and Shirori is worried that Jiro will be taken away by the pretty girl Akari. In the narrow space, Shirori, who was still depressed just now, suddenly makes up her mind to ask Jiro to help her practice kissing, but she soon says that he can reject if he thinks it is too embarrassing, with her hands waving. However, Jiro doesn't know how to refuse girls, especially girls he likes. Just as Jiro is about to kiss her, Shirori pushes him away. At this moment, Akari's friend skips classes and comes to the healthcare room to take a nap, but she soon leaves because she misunderstands that someone is having an affair here. Frightened, Jiro accidentally kisses Shirori, making both of them embarrassed, and he quickly leaves with an excuse. Afterward, Akari's friend tells her about this incident, and then she receives a message from Jiro telling that he went to visit Shirori in the healthcare room just now, so she misunderstands it. At night, Akari doesn't return home and is in a daze in the cafe, even not noticing that Minami is also working here. After a sweet drink, she finally gets happier. She decides to go home and talk to Jiro, wondering if Jiro really had his first time with his first love. When she returns home, she finds Jiro falls asleep on the sofa and then begins to pack up the crumpled clothes around Jiro. After Akari nags for a long time, Jiro still doesn't wake up, so she takes off her clothes and gets into Jiro's arms. After that, she begins to blame Jiro for abandoning her to complete his transformation to a man first. Unwilling to lose to Shirori, she sleeps next to Jiro in an intimate position for the whole night. When Jiro wakes up, he is shocked to see Akari wearing too little and then wakes her up. Angry, she starts to tease Jiro, falsely claiming that Jiro took her first time last night, which makes Jiro very guilty. He doesn't expect to lose his first time while drunk. Hearing this, Akari realizes that she has misunderstood Jiro and that he and Shirori were not having an affair in the healthcare room, so she confesses that she was just teasing Jiro. Just then, she suddenly covers Jiro's ear and tells what she really thinks in her mind. In fact, Akari really wants to give her first time to the boy in front of her, but Jiro is so dull that he still does not get Akari's feelings. Afterward, both of Akari's friends ask her to quickly choose between Jiro and Minami, or give up both of them, but Akari can't give her answer in such a short time. In the end, her friends come up with a good idea. They make an appointment with Minami on the day of the fireworks festival, and Akari also wants to take this opportunity to strengthen her relationship with him, so that Jiro and Shirori won't be affected. But Jiro doesn't know about it, so while helping Akari put on the yukata for the fireworks festival, he is secretly jealous in his heart. At night, Akari joins her friends in a low mood though she is about to date her favorite boy, and she can't help thinking of the ordinary boy Jiro. Just then, the boys who helped the girls ask Minami out tell them that Minami was called to work suddenly and would not come. Hearing this, Akari feels relieved. But she soon gets depressed when she sees Minami and Shirori walking together. It turns out that Minami is really going to work, and he happens to meet Shirori going to buy something on his way. But Akari doesn't know it and calls Jiro in tears. When Jiro asks her what happened, she doesn't tell him. After that, Jiro rushes out to find her, only to see her sitting in the doorway crying. When Jiro comforts her, she can't help throwing herself into Jiro's arms and crying aloud. After crying for a long time, Akari finally calms down. Later, she and Jiro watch the fireworks on the balcony. Akari deliberately finds an opportunity to grab Jiro's hand, making him hold her, but she still can't confess her feeling for Jiro. Several days later, the school announces the ranking of couples again. This time, Akari and Jiro rank 13th. Now Jiro is not as concerned about the ranking as he was at the beginning. He often remembers that Akari cried so hard before even when he is taking a bath. Just then, Akari rushes into the bathroom because she is frightened by a spider. Jiro reminds Akari that he is not wearing clothes now, only to get dragged out by Akari to catch the spider. At the begging of Jiro, Akari finally allows him to put on some clothes first, but the tiny spider has long disappeared. But Akari is afraid that the spider will come out at any time, so she takes Jiro with her wherever she goes. Even when she goes to the bathroom, she has to keep Jiro at the door. Later, Akari even orders Jiro to feed her ice cream, and teases that Jiro's taste for ice cream has become more and more like her. In such a romantic vibe, Akari asks Jiro what will happen if they meet as strangers. Jiro thinks that he probably dare not talk to the school Belle, while Akari is looking forward to becoming friends with the shy boy Jiro. When they are still talking about this topic, the spider suddenly appears, causing Akari to be so nervous that she subconsciously clamps Jiro's hand with her legs, and the shy boy directly gets flushed and dizzy. Because of this incident, Jiro urgently purchases insecticides online, while Akari wants to tell Jiro that he is more reassuring than pesticides. But finally, she still stops herself. Shirori is also troubled with her relationships. Minami senses that Shirori has something on her mind and offers to chat with her. Shirori makes up a fake friend and attributes all her troubles to this friend's experience instead of telling him that she accidentally kissed Jiro. However, Minami is so attentive that he seems to have noticed that Shirori is talking about her own experience. He asks Shirori to encourage the friend to bravely confess her love to the one she likes. What he said reveals that he is in love with a girl, but for some reason, he can't confess his feelings. Besides Minami, Shiori's good friend Mei also encourages her to confess her feelings bravely, but she behaves strangely, saying that her criteria for choosing clothes are based on Shiori's preferences, even pinching Shiori's ears. At night, when they are having a drink together, Shirori offers to go to Mei's house as a guest. They sleep and take a bath together, and then talk about their past. When Shirori says that in her childhood, most of her photos were taken with Jiro, Mei shows a sad expression on her face. Meanwhile, Jiro is eating with his friend. When thinking of Jiro's accidental kiss with Akari, his friend always gets mad, and then decides to forcibly kiss Jiro to take away his luck with girls. When Jiro struggles to break free, he happens to see Shirori passing by. Worrying that Shirori will mistake him for gay, he rushes to explain. But Shirori was thinking about other things and didn't notice it. Hearing this, Jiro feels relieved. After that, Jiro helps Shirori carry things and walks her home. On the way, Jiro apologizes for the accidental kiss in the infirmary, but Shirori reveals that she doesn't hate the kiss and gains a lot from it. However, Jiro misunderstands that Shirori is emphasizing that even if they kissed, she still has no feelings for him. Thinking of this, the boy feels depressed. It's the end of the semester, and summer vacation is just around the corner. Students are planning their vacations. Jiro's friend, Kumo's brother, runs a cafe by the sea. As the cafe is short of employees, Kumo signs up for a summer part-time job for both himself and Jiro. Coincidentally, Shirori and Mei also applied for part-time jobs at the cafe. When Jiro and Shirori know they can work with each other, they both look forward to it, especially Jiro. He fantasizes about how cute Shirori will be when she acts pettish. Just then, Kumo jokes that after Jiro leaves the house, Akari will definitely ask other boys to come over to have fun, but Jiro believes that Akari will not do this. After school, Jiro gets shocked by Akari's swimsuit, which barely covers her good figure. Akari immediately mocks Jiro for being so conservative that he even blushes when seeing a swimsuit. She tells Jiro that she is going to the beach with 2 girls. That's why she bought 2 swimsuits today. As Akari notices that Jiro looks at her as if there are flames in his eyes, she doesn't dare to tease him anymore, quickly grabbing Jiro's coat to cover her body. Jiro asks Akari if there will be any boys going to the beach with her, because he is afraid Akari will be in danger if she dresses so sexy. Akari doesn't want Jiro to be too worried, so she explains that she goes to the beach for a part-time job and there is no danger. Jiro then tells Akari that he also has a part-time job during summer vacation. Along with Kumo, Shirori and Mei, Jiro thinks that Akari has been working hard for Minami, so he plans to take this opportunity to go further with Shirori. Jiro's words make Akari jealous, and she starts to ask Jiro if he feels lonely when she's not here. The girl's sudden willfulness makes Jiro a little confused. Just then, Akari lies in Jiro's arms, smelling the scent of his body, like a dead mobile phone gradually filling up with power. But soon Akari falsely claims that she just wanted to get extra points for the practice. During the chat, Akari learns that Jiro likes her swimsuit, so Akari decides to go to the beach with the other conservative swimsuit, while this sexy one will be only worn when she's with Jiro. Akari's words make Jiro's face turn red again. In their following conversation, the two find that they will be working at the same cafe. The hand of fate finally pushes them to each other. Soon after, a group of boys and girls move into the dormitory. They are so young that the island seems to be injected with a lot of fresh vitality. Akari is satisfied with the uniform of the cafe. Beautiful girls look good in everything after all. Mei is very happy to work with Shirori, and I bet she likes Shirori. As everyone has changed into uniforms, it comes to dividing the work. Each of them has to choose his or her own part in the many areas. Shirori learns that Jiro has chosen the kitchen, so she immediately joins the kitchen to work with Jiro. As for Akari, she learns to use the cash register machine under the guidance of Minami. Everyone is struggling to adapt to this part-time job, but Mei has another important mission. She must promote the relationship between Shirori and Jiro, so she deliberately asks Jiro to help Shirori with things, while she grabs Kumo out of the kitchen to free up the world of the two for her best friend and Jiro. The next scene is very tempting. When Jiro and Shirori practice squeezing cream on the drinks, Jiro accidentally squeezes the cream into Shiori's face. As he tries to help Shirori wipe off the cream, the girl has been struggling out of feeling tickled. What a hentai image! As intimate physical contact ignites the fire in the hearts of the youth, they feel like kissing each other. But right before they touch each other, two of Akari's friends happen to come to the kitchen to get something, ruining the kiss. Even so, Jiro and Shirori still enjoy the experience, feeling one step closer to each other. Both of them are looking forward to what will happen before the end of the part-time job. Later, they come to the beach to relax. Kamo is attracted to the girls' swimsuits, but he wonders why Akari is wearing such a conservative swimsuit this time. Jiro remembers what Akari said about the sexy swimsuit that will only be worn for him. That's when Shirori and Mei approach Jiro and ask him to play with them. But Jiro is taken aback by what Shirori points to, a hotel where couples often stay. Jiro soon realizes that he has misunderstood her. What Shirori was really referring to was a beach, where the four teenagers then start to build sandcastles. It's Jiro's first time seeing Shirori dress so little. Both he and Kamo are peeking at the good figures of the girls next to them. Then, Shirori proposes to play games with Jiro as they did when they were little, which makes Akari quite jealous. Fortunately, Akari and Jiro happen to be assigned to the same group, and their task is to buy something. The school bell finally feels a bit comforted. Jiro is really clumsy at coaxing girls, but soon he gets an opportunity to make Akari happy. Two boys try to pick up Akari, and they are even touching her. Seeing this, Jiro holds Akari closer and shouts that he is Akari's husband, successfully extricating the beautiful girl from the trouble. Jiro is very manly when he claims to be her husband, making Akari more obsessed with him. After a busy day, Akari is taking a bath with her two friends to get relaxed, while Shirori and Mei also join in. The topics of girls' talk are basically related to boys. Mei is the most mature one among them, and the girls all like her deep understanding of love, joking that they want to marry her. Both Akari and Shirori are sensitive to the topic of love, and at their age, what they care most about is not grades, but a certain boy whom they have a crush on. Unfortunately, these two girls are thinking of the same boy, Jiro. After the bath, Akari happens to meet Jiro. She finds he is sunburned and offers to apply ointment for him. During the process, she asks Jiro not to distance himself from her for the fear of other people's views. As she stops, Akari suddenly hugs him from behind, while a classmate happens to pass by. Jiro gets startled, so he unconsciously calls Akari's last name. Such an estranged calling makes Akari unhappy again. At night, Akari secretly asks Jiro out. She takes off her jacket to reveal the sexy swimsuit, which she has promised to only wear for Jiro, and she keeps her words. Akari forces Jiro to admire her figure just like how he did at home, preventing him from acting distant again. Jiro is shocked by the two huge weapons of Akari, and his brain has stopped working. Jiro has always felt like Akari is being jealous, but the next second he denies it. The boy is so diffident that he doesn't believe the school bell would like him. Just then, Shirori and Mei happen to pass by. Jiro and Akari then hide in a narrow space, where the bodies of the young man and the girl are so close, causing Jiro to be hot and dizzy. Shirori and Mei are talking, but Jiro can hear nothing. As Jiro's sweat drips onto Akari, the girl makes a sound of fright. Shirori thought the sound was from a ghost, so she pulls Mei to run away. Jiro and Akari are finally safe for the time being, but then, Jiro suspects that Akari was playing a prank by seducing him. Hearing this, Akari is very sad. She has sacrificed so much but is misunderstood by Jiro. Just then, a new accident happens. Akari can feel Jiro's breathing getting heavier, and the next moment Jiro directly pounces her over. Akari is terrified and thought the boy is going to take her first time, but actually, Jiro just fainted from a slight heat stroke. Later, Akari finds someone to carry Jiro back, and after simple treatment, Jiro finally recovers. This couple hides too many things from each other. I don't know when they will let go of all their worries and follow their deepest desires, turning from a fake couple into a real one. As another day begins, Jiro is fascinated to see Shirori in her pajamas. He is now in a dilemma of emotions. Akari loves Jiro as much as Shirori does, and often teases Jiro to see him embarrassed, while Jiro doesn't reject being teased by Akari at all. He can't tell what kind of affection he has for Akari. But what happens next helps these teenagers gradually understand their feelings. The cafe holds an event where boys and girls will draw lots and be divided into groups. Then, the groups will visit the island at night. It is said that this event has brought many couples together in previous years. In order to help Jiro and Shirori get together, Kamo changes the draw. He also accepts Jiro's request to put Akari and Minami in a group. While Jiro is chasing the girl he likes, Akari can also deepen her relationship with the boy she likes. Before they set out at night, Jiro can't help but sneak a peek at Akari. After a long time, everyone reaches the end one after another, while Akari and Minami never show up. Just then, it starts to rain slightly, and Kamo's brother receives a call from Minami to learn that Akari's phone got lost, so they are looking for it. Worried about Akari, Jiro refuses to go back with Shirori to shelter from the rain. Instead, he shouts Akari's name in the dimly lit woods, but only to find Akari's phone. Then, Shirori holds an umbrella to inform Jiro that Akari is safe and is now sheltering from the rain with Minami. Shirori has always been insecure, fearing that she will lose Jiro. Taking advantage of the romantic atmosphere on a rainy day, Shirori decides to be brave. She first falls into Jiro's arms, then stands on tiptoe and kisses Jiro. On this rainy night, not only Shirori confesses her feelings, but Akari also expresses her affection for Minami. Minami is mature, and he has discovered that the one Akari really likes is Jiro. But Minami doesn't feel disappointed because he has had a crush on someone for a long time. None of his classmates know the girl, who is not Shirori either. Tonight's conversation gave Akari an important takeaway. She finally realizes that she likes Jiro, and Akari will try to catch up with the boy. In 2 ticks, half a month has passed since they came back from the island. Shirori often remembers her kiss with Jiro, who did not show his attitude that night, which makes Shirori worried that Jiro would hate her. Like Shirori, Akari thinks about Jiro every day during her summer vacation, and she even prays to the gods that she can be with the boy. Jiro has never been in a relationship, so he reacts slowly in love, and he still has not realized the affection of the 2 girls. Jiro doesn't have the courage to ask Shirori about the kiss. Coincidentally, when he goes out to buy a manga magazine, he happens to meet Shirori, who comes to buy the magazine for her brother. Jiro gives the last magazine to Shirori, and his thoughtfulness makes the girl more convinced that she falls in love with the right person. Later, Shirori invites Jiro to her home, as the teenager's hormones are particularly strong. For the first time, Jiro discovers that Shirori has a really good figure, though she looks skinny. Jiro dispels the lustful thoughts in his head, ready to talk to Shirori about the meaning of the kiss. Just then, Shirori suddenly calls Jiro to the balcony to watch the rainbow, and the 2 take a photo together. When Shirori sends the photo to Jiro, he accidentally sees a group photo of them on the island. Jiro notices Akari in the photo and feels very strange, because he has never been in a relationship. He cannot distinguish between friendship and love. When Jiro returns home, Akari sends a message asking him to go out on a date. Jiro is so nervous as he doesn't even have a formal date outfit. He waits for a long time at the date place, and Akari is panting hard when she runs to him. She spent too much time dressing up and forgot to bring her phone, so she ran over in a rush, worried that Jiro would be waiting for her for too long. Jiro is so touched, and they spend the rest of the day like a real couple. When they have a drink in the cafe, Akari uses Jiro's straw, joking that it is an indirect kiss. Then, they go shopping for clothes and try the toy grabber. Overall, they had a very pleasant day. On the way home, Akari wants to go to the shrine to make a wish, but meets Shirori by chance. The 2 girls race on who can reach the shrine first. Along the way, they see a lot of couples, knowing this is not just a simple competition, because they have placed great expectations on it, as if whoever wins will become Jiro's wife. In the end, the 2 girls arrive at the shrine at the same time. As they draw a tie this time, they will continue to chase Jiro in the days to come, which brings the end of more than a married couple, but not lovers. I am very envious of the relationships during school days, when boys and girls don't have to worry about the wealth or family background of their crush. As long as they like each other, they reach the standard of being a couple. Everything changes after we step into the adult world. Maybe there will be times when we have chemistry to someone, but we may never have the courage to run in the rain and shout "I love you" in front of everyone. The anime has an open ending, and there is no special explanation of the protagonist's destiny. Maybe their ending will be revealed in the 2nd season. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I will post the fastest and most interesting recap video once it's released. Bye.